pen, grab your pad. We're talking about consistency tonight. Prioritizing, practicing, and perfecting consistency. Oh, and we're going to take a deep dive. This is, before I get into that, I just have to share once again the vision of our pastor and First Lady, Pastor Mike and Dr. Dee. Their vision is to create, is to build, to build world leaders whereby you operate in excellence, not only in ministry, but in your home life as well as your career. So the information that we share on this evening will be applicable to every compartment of your life. You can apply it to every compartment. And I'm Teresa Proctor, Director of Training with the Total Quality Management Team. And it is my just pleasure, my delight to be with you all on this evening. When I was developing the content for tonight's session, this is the first time, first of all, let me just say, this is the first time that we are discussing, that we've delivered this training. And guess what? We've designed it with you in mind, right? We designed it with you in mind. We placed a lot of time, a lot of hours into the content. Why? Because we wanted to be full of substance and enriching practical steps. Listen to this, practical steps, Nisi, that we can apply immediately, right? It is nothing like attending a training session, a learning session, whereby you can walk away with some tangible strategies. Can I get a hand wave, right? Give me some tangible strategies. Oh, it's like, hello, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's take a dive in. Let's first start off right here. The power to define is the power to fulfill, right? So let's have Nisi, do you mind unmuting yourself? If you could see the screen and read our definition of consistency for us.
Sure, I will. Consistency, agreement or harmony of parts or features to one another or a whole, marked by harmony, regularity, or steady continually, free from variation or contradiction.
Come on. Thank you, ma'am. You nailed it. Absolutely. The power, thank you so much, Nisi. The power to define is the power to fulfill. So let's get the description. Nisi just gave it to us. This is what consistency looks like. Free from any variation or contradiction. Like there's a harmony as to how it is that we show up in every area in our lives, right? So here's the question that I want to start out with. What is your consistency quotient, your CQ? Oh, well, what do you mean, Teresa, my CQ? I'm going to launch a poll in a moment, and I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 5, not to 10. Then you might be a little too generous, right? But a scale of 1 to 5, how do you see yourself as a whole? If you were to step outside of yourself to look at yourself, how would you rate your consistency? 5 being I'm masterful when it comes to consistency, or 3, I have some areas that I would like to improve upon. All right. So I'm going to launch this poll, just one response per person, and then hit submit, and then we're going to share your consistency quotient, your CQ. Oh, you guys are quick. Awesome. Thank you so much for your quick responses. How do you rate yourself? On a scale of 1 to 5, we'll take about 30 more seconds. Thank you all so much for your quick responses. Okay, thank you, Cheryl. So Paul is a 5 and you're a 2. Okay, all right, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so now let us share. Here are the results. Collaboratively, This is where we are as it relates to consistency. 3%, we're at 5. 52% at a 3, 30% at a 4, and then coming in last, 15% at a 2. So what does this tell us? And guess what? We have some work to do. The biggest room is the room for improvement, right? This is not to, to beat ourselves up, but this is just to acknowledge where we are right now. And then in a moment, we'll talk about where we desire to be, right? It's locating ourselves. So that's our consistency quotient, right? All right, so jot down your number in your notes. Jot down your number in your notes. And then we are going to definitely come back to it. So when you think about the percentages that we just shared, here's the next question. What is inconsistency costing you? Like, what is it costing you when you think about the cost of inconsistency? It's expensive, right? Type into the chat. Has it cost you a promotion? Has it cost you increase? Has it cost you a hospital stay, right? What has inconsistency cost you? Oh, Deanne, frustration. Come on. To miss an increase, Monica said. Oh, Nisa said a lot. Look, you don't have time, right? Oh, Pastor Rick, time. Yes. Monique says time. Oh. Minister Freddie says 8 pounds to be exact. Let's be precise. Precision is key here, right? Oh, okay. That says missed weight goals. Oh, Salima, money. Oh, my word. Health issues. Wow. Oh, Oscar. Relationships. Ooh, peace. Oh, my goodness. Natalia. Wow. Time and goals. Julia, my SIT group partner, says increase. Oh, business. Man, couldn't this list go on and on and on as it relates to the cost? Here we have just identified thousands. No. Millions of dollars collectively. And even above that, what Natalia pointed out is that peace. Whew, now that's priceless, but that's the cost of inconsistency. Why do we start there? Because sometimes it takes the acknowledgement of pain to change. I'll say that again. Sometimes it takes the acknowledgement of pain to change. If we continue to ignore it, then we become desensitized by its impact and its continual effects. So that's why we took a step there first. Okay, what is it costing us, right? Listen, consistency without understanding is a disconnection from fulfillment in life, in business, and in ministry. And I'll share this with you. Carol, wave at us for a moment, Carol. Carol came up with this quote. I said, I got to quote Carol. Carol, wave at us. Listen, Carol said this. I said, oh, this is so good. I'm going to share this tonight. She said, what separates the best of us from the rest of us is simply consistency. Throw the phone. Just throw it. What, Kim? What simply separates us is consistency. That's it. But guess what? We're going to take a deeper dive. Let's go deeper. So this is where it starts. And this is the foundation of what Pastor Mike has been speaking on, right? Binding and loosing. Binding and loosing. Matthew 18:8, whatever we bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatever we loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. So hear this. First of all, we have to understand and acknowledge that we have all of heaven backing us up, right? We have all of heaven backing us up. But this is where it starts. It starts by what have we been loosing in the earth? What have we been loosing in the earth as it relates to consistency? Here's what it is. Have you been saying, you know what, I'm just not disciplined. Oh my word, I would love to. I'm just not, don't even, I'm just not consistent. that's an area that I'm just not consistent in. Well, guess what? If you continue to lose that, that's what you're going to continue to see, right? So what we have to do, we have to bind inconsistency and loose consistency. Start there every single day, right? Let me tell you something. It started with myself because I was not always consistent. And hear this, there's still areas that I want to build my muscle of consistency in. But however, how did I shift? Here it is. Matthew 18:18. This is where it started. I had to begin to speak well of myself. I had to make the prayer of I had to declare what it is that I knew what was possible, speaking those things as if they were, right? I'm a consistent woman. I'm a consistent man. Come on, type it into the chat. I'm consistent. I am consistent. Nisi said language is a locator. Come on. Come on, Yvette. I'm consistent. I'm consistent. And listen at this. Come on, Cynthia Bell. We have to put handcuffs on inconsistency. You're preaching. And listen at this. We don't just desire. I have to frame this for the rest of our time together this evening. We just don't desire to be consistent because listen at this. There can be consistent failure. There can be consistent self-sabotage. No, we're in pursuit. We desire to capture, to have, for fruitful consistency to be our portion. Our consistency to be infused with fruitfulness. That's what our desire is, right? Because you've seen it. There's been another type of consistency. That's not the consistency that we're after, right? And that we possess. Come on, let's speak in the affirmative. So let's just start there with the word. And then I have this. I gotta share this with you, Dorothy. This is so hot. I wish I could take the credit for it. I promise you I wish that I could, Kim, but I can't. Holy Spirit gave this to me. We have to develop an internal discipleship plan as it relates to consistency. Come on, Elder Bud. Why is this so significant? Because before I can successfully lead someone else, I must first lead myself effectively. Do you agree with that, Nisi? I gotta lead me before I can lead others successfully. I have to be the model. I have to be the example. So where do I start? It starts with self. So as we go through some strategies and some insights on tonight, matter of fact, at the top of your paper, your notes, here's what I want you to write. Internal discipleship plan, consistency. This is your plan. Your IDP, your internal discipleship plan, because I'm called. This is the mandate that we've received to make disciples. So I need to be the first recipient. I need to be a product of discipleship, right? Come on, Seth. That's it. Be in tune with yourself. Know thyself. I like that. Know thyself. Come on. And so with this, Darlene, everything that we share tonight, I want you to just jot down whatever resonates with you to say, you know what, that's going on my IDP. That's something I want to focus on. Okay, this is an opportunity for improvement for me, right? So let's go deeper. You're familiar with this. This is a mic drop. God is committed to your success. I am committed to your success. You are the main ingredient. We are the main ingredient. So because I understand that I'm the main ingredient, you're the main ingredient, it starts with introspection. It starts with the consistency model. What are some areas? And again, as we share, identify those areas that you want to tackle. Okay, jot them down in your notes. So I'll go over each one of these. These are so good, and I'm telling you, it's going to really help to uncover some blind spots. Let's start with self-image. Let's start there. Okay. So it all starts with identity. And a lot of times with identity, we focus on our reputation, our upbringing, and what has happened in the past. And then we begin to frame who we are today based upon the trauma that we've experienced in the past. What that creates for us today is a limiting belief. A limiting belief about myself, a limiting belief about how I'm going to show up, and it doesn't speak to the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. So what do I need to do? Whatever that limiting belief that you have of yourself. Oh, you know what? I don't think that I'm equipped for the promotion. Oh, you know what? Me being a disciple, no, I've gone through too much. No. That's a limiting belief. So what do I need to do? I need to shift it into an empowering belief. You make that trauma, you make that challenge obey you. That's the dominion that you walk in. Trauma owes you something, so you have to make it pay. And payment is due now, right? So make it work for you. No, listen, that was yesterday. The past is the past. Now I'm going to create this new empowering belief about how I'm going to show up. Oh, I know I have something to share. That should be your confession. Oh, I know I am a disciple maker for sure. Like seriously, absolutely, without any reservation. Okay, I'm more than a conqueror. And this is how we take ownership, not shifting blame to anyone else, but taking ownership over to your life, right? Being in control, okay? Over the process of becoming, because that's what it's all about. I'm becoming, right? So that's that self-image. A healthy self-image is absolutely paramount. It's everything. Value alignment. What are your values? What do we get when we get you, Cheryl? So some may say, well, Teresa, I've never really taken time to decide on what are my values. How do I go about this? Start with about 3 or 5, right? Just jot down 3 or 5, just one word that will describe you. What do we get when we get you? Oh, we get excellence. Oh, we get fruitful consistency, right? Fruitfulness, right? What does that look like? Jot them down. Here's the reason why this is so significant, Yvette, because values drive behavior. So once I understand, oh, here's the strategy right here. Once I know what my values are, whenever there's a decision that I need to make that's going to impact my fruitful consistency, I filter it through my values. I make certain, wait a minute, I'm on the clock. This is a work day. I'm teleworking. Oh, that show on TV sure does look good. But you know, one of my values is excellence. Does this align me being entertained by this television, this movie on Netflix? Does this align with my value of excellence? No? Okay, great. I'm not doing that. It drives everything, right? Character. Doing the right thing when no one is watching. Value alignment drives that. The next one is emotional autonomy. Autonomy is power, empowerment. So sometimes we give too much power to emotions. And the outcome of that, Elder Bud, is I don't feel like it. Oh, I would, but I don't feel, oh, I just don't feel like it. Not today, right? In the morning, I'm not a morning person. Who told you that? You did. You are a morning person. You're a morning person. You're an afternoon person. You're an evening person, right? Okay. I remember there was one lady that I was coaching, and she had a condition that she was battling, and she received a promotion. She received a promotion while she was battling this condition, right? from her bed. Her husband bought her this little device where she could put her laptop in the bed and et cetera, et cetera. And so this is what she shared with me. She said, Teresa, I think I do my best work from the bed. I said, no, you do not. Absolutely not. I dare you give your emotions and your condition that much autonomy. No, ma'am. You do your best work as God designed you to be, superior to illness, superior to disease, healthy from your head to your toes. That's when you do your best work. And the older you get, the stronger you get, right? So let me this works if you work it. This emotional autonomy. Oh, you know what? I would work out this morning, but not this morning. I don't give my mind time to think. I really don't. Nisi, in the morning, I may not feel 100%, but guess what? I tell my body to get up. We have work to do. Before you know it, I'm downstairs on the treadmill. I don't give time for it. I don't have time for that, right? And nor do you. Let's talk about this distraction management. Come on, Deanne, don't give your mind time to think. No. And I'm glad you brought that up, Deanne, because I like what Dr. Didi said some time ago. She said, sometimes you got to go beyond your first thought. Jeez, right? Let's talk about this distraction management. Sometimes these distractions that we allow in our lives interrupts consistency. It interrupts consistency, right? So what do you mean by this? Well, what do I need to do? Because guess what? Distractions are going to come, right? Also, AKA, also known as trials. Anything that's attempting to knock you off course, Bill, is a distraction, right? And I was speaking with someone today about this very thing. And she was sharing with me about this distraction piece, really savvy lady, right? And she said, okay, you know, what we came to the agreement is this, and I'll share this with you. Anytime you have a distraction in your life, management have to attach itself. You have to manage that thing. You have to dominate the distraction and don't allow the distraction to dominate you. So how do I do that? It starts with a system. What? A system. So anytime a distraction comes your way, what is your system to combat the distraction? What does it look like? Okay, well, my first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my word. Okay, that's step one of my system. I'm going to go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Come on, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, because it's not in vain. The work is not in vain. This is my first step of my system. Okay, what's the second step? You create a system that's going to work for you. And every time a distraction comes, you just subscribe to the system. You just pull out the system. Oh, no, I have a system to combat this. Don't forget about the system, okay? Lastly, on this piece of the consistency model, here it is, Cheryl, is community. Yeah, community. We may have some people that we're in fellowship with, not even relationship, we're talking about fellowship, right? That we're in fellowship with that are inconsistency buddies. And let me tell you this, you know who they are. Their middle name is inconsistency. But yet we continue to, you know, be unequally yoked with these individuals, and we wonder why progress is far from thee. We wonder why, gosh, why can't I be consistent? Because inconsistency is all around you. So how could you even focus? And then sometimes I hear this, well, Teresa, they're just so loyal. They're just so loyal. They're always there for me. What that really is toxic loyalty. That's what it really is. Because it adds no value. All it is doing is making a withdrawal. That's it. How unattractive is that? Right? Yeah, no, thank you. We're not interested in that. Yeah, adds no value to you staying consistent. So what we've just identified, and I know that you've jotted down some areas that you want to include in your IDP, your internal discipleship plan on consistency, right? What we've just done, this is how you cement commitment. This is it right here. Your self-image, your value alignment, the autonomy around emotions, your distraction management, those that we are in community with. This is how you cement commitment. You decide, commit, and succeed. You decide, commit, and succeed because nothing worthwhile happens without consistency. Got to be consistent, right? Got to be consistent. Is this helping? Is this helpful? Is this helpful? Come on, type it into the chat. Yes, no, maybe so. I'm not thin-skinned. I can take it. Okay, Oscar, thank you. Thank you, Nisi. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Wonderful. Okay, here's the caveat. Here's the caveat that this quote is so powerful, you got to read between the lines. Stay committed to your decisions, but stay flexible to your approach. What does this flexibility speak to? Because we can be so affixed, we can be so rigid with being consistent that you remove Holy Spirit from the equation. No, no, you have to remain flexible in the approach. There may be a ram in the bush. But we don't know that until we stay in tune, stay connected with the voice of Holy Spirit, right? Okay, what do you want me to do right now? What's my assignment right now, right? This is key and critical, okay? So making certain that we do that. All right, let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Okay, so a good friend of mine, she gave me this book, right? She gave me this book right here. She the bomb. She's the bomb. Atomic Habits, right? And here, what I'm about to share with you, Sharon, is the habit cycle. So in order to be consistent, we first have to take a look at the habits. And then we have to create some new habits to replace those that are ineffective and not serving us well, okay? There are 4 steps to this habit piece, Minister Dolores. There are 4 steps to this habit piece. Here they are. The first step, Dr. Charles, is cues, okay? The cue. So what is the cue? What is the cue? The cue is something that triggers the brain to initiate a behavior. So there's always environmental cues that are in our atmosphere, that are in our environment, that's signaling a behavior in our brain. That's the cue, right? Minister Dogan, and then we have the craving. The craving speaks to the motivational force that's behind the habit, right? The motivational force, that's the craving. Like, why am I craving to read the word right now? Because I want to become word strong, right? Flip side of that, why am I craving German chocolate cake? Take that away. Take that out the equation, right? And then we have the response. Now, the response is the performance. It's actually how we respond to the craving. You see how the steps matriculate? You see how it goes? And then we have the reward. The reward speaks to the end goal of every habit, right? The reward satisfies us and teaches us as well. So here you have the cue, the craving, the response, and the reward. This is the steps that you can embark upon to create a new habit in your life, okay? So say, for example, you really want to, with this distraction management piece, you really want to stay focused, so what do I need to do? Okay, so here's my cell phone. Maybe I need to take and hide put the cell phone in the drawer. where it's out of sight, out of mind. Because guess what happens when it's in sight, it becomes in mind. And then guess what happens next? There's a craving. Oh, my phone just went off. The craving. I want to see if anyone emailed me. I want to see if anyone texts me. And then my response is to pick up my phone. You see how it's a domino effect. So listen at this. All of these are significant in creating the right habits. So listen at this. If I eliminate the cue, the habit won't even start. So what are some cues that are in your environment right now that you need to eliminate? Do you maybe do you need to put something over the television so you no longer see it, right? Over the cell phone. Do you need to mute your notifications on your cell phone for your social media accounts? What do you need to do differently? What are the cues that aren't serving you? Okay, so you eliminate the cue, the habit won't start. You reduce the craving, you won't experience the motivation to act. Reduce the craving. Here's what we can do with the response. Make it difficult. Make it difficult to respond. Many of us have started our 2023 seed account. Make it difficult to respond. Started with a bank that you have zero access to, where you could just walk on over, you know, and say, can I just make a withdrawal? No, make it difficult to respond. And the reward, which is last, what can we do about that reward? If it fails to satisfy, there'll be no repeat performance. If it fails to satisfy, there'll be no repeat performance. This is how many people have started the most successful habits in life, creating new cues, craving, response, and rewards. Okay? So here are 4 laws of behavior change. I want you to write this down in your notes. Number 1, make it obvious. I'm talking about that habit that new habit that you know you want to subscribe to, working out every day, reading the word every day, you know, whatever that habit is, make it obvious. Number 2, make it attractive. You know you want to drink more water, just don't sit a plastic bottle on your desk. Get a cute bottle, right? You know, get something that's attractive to you. Make it attractive. Right? Elder Dogan, like, what's your favorite color? Purple? But what's your favorite color? Blue.
Blue.
I'm in the spirit. No, I read your lips. So yeah, blue. Get a blue one, right? Get a blue container, big old container, because that's attractive to you. You're going to want to subscribe to this new habit, right, Nadine? The response, okay, make it easy. Make it easy. This new habit, make it easy to execute and to implement. And lastly, make it satisfying. Make it satisfying, right? Like when you embark upon this new habit, like give yourself a treat, right? Like now listen, I'm not saying a cheat day. But what I'm saying is, especially if you have some goals around healthy eating and things of that nature, but like maybe, you know, for ladies, go get a new lip gloss, right? Men, go purchase your favorite cologne or what have you, right? But have the reward there, okay? And when you're creating this new habit, just ask yourself those 4 laws. How can I make it obvious? How can I make it attractive? How can I make it easy? How can I make it satisfying, Monica? Right? I have to make it a lifestyle. That's right. It's not an event. It's a lifestyle of consistency. Okay? Now, this is the nucleus. This is the nucleus of consistency. Check your E and O levels. Okay? Okay, so Salima, I know some of you all that are real estate agents, you like E&O, errors and omissions. No. What I'm talking about is energy and order. Check your levels of energy and order, right? Let's start with energy. If my energy is low, because see, we all have an energy signature. But if my energy is low, how can I be consistent? Right? How can I be consistent? Because I'm so exhausted. I'm just going to grab whatever. I'm just, I begin to compromise on my values because my energy is low. So some of us may need to go get some lab work done. Your iron levels may be low. And I'm saying that in all seriousness. There may be an iron deficiency that you don't even know about, and you're feeling fatigued, but there's something connected to that. So we have to get our energy up, subscribing to those workouts, eating some of those foods that's going to really help to build our immunity and our energy. So guess what? We can remain consistent. This is the foundation of consistency. The O is order. Cindy Bell, if order isn't present, you have no invitation for consistency. Consistency loves order, right? So what does this look like? Order in my office, order in my home, so that I can remain consistent. I know where everything is, right? But what do I need to do as it relates to order in every area of my life, right? I need to make certain that this 1 Corinthians 10:31 is in full effect, that everything I do as it relates to my energy and my order, and it glorifies God. Absolutely, 100%, right? Yeah, yes. Okay, so Chris and Natasha says you was challenged to read 5 chapters a day of the Bible, and you're doing it with consistency. Had to change procrastination. God said completing it will break the procrastination in me. Come on. I love it. And it is the truth. Obedience, I'm telling you, will position you for success. Just perpetually, hands down. Okay. So check your E and O levels, because hear this, wealth loves order. Wealth is attracted to order, right? So let's go deeper. As we wrap up, we're doing so good on time. I like being on time, right? And even as it relates to time, being on time consistently, when you have that energy and order, you are always on time. When a person that's on time is a person of integrity. Here's the reason why: because you did what you said you were going to do, which is to show up on time. You're a woman, you're a man of excellence, right? So now what we have to do, as we're wrapping this all up, nothing can really take off without vision. We have to establish a vision, right? Come on, a vision is needed. You see, listen, I saw this picture of Pastor. I said, how appropriate, right? Just looking at what's the vision? What's the vision? And he shared it with us. What's the vision for our family? The vision for our ministry? Come on. And some of you may have a vision, but it may be time to refresh it, right? It may be a little stale. It could use some more energy. Okay? So refresh your vision. And some of you said, well, you know what, Teresa, I can use a vision in this area of life. I have a vision here, but I don't quite have a vision here. How do I do this? Well, I'm glad you asked. Your vision has to be clear. It has to be clear, right? So it starts with, what do you want? What do you want? Sometimes when you ask a person, what do they want? They can tell you everything that they don't want. No, that's not the question. The question is, what do you want? And here's the beautiful part in this. All you have to do is stop by God's office. He already knows the thoughts and the plans that he has towards you. So you just inquire with him, and he will reveal it, lay it all out. Just similar to what Chris and Natasha just shared about this procrastination piece. He will lay it all out. So it takes opening up that Bible daily, communing with him, having fellowship with him, and you'll know everything as it relates to his good, acceptable, and perfect will, right? You'll be in lockstep. You'll be in such harmony with the will of God. Success is the inevitable. Like, seriously, that's that Amos 9:13. Things gonna happen so fast, right? Your head is gonna swim. Blessings, man, on top of blessings everywhere you look. Next is you have to be candid. Why am I doing this, right? Now, why is this significant? Because your mind, it moves when it has greater information, right? And sometimes you have to drill down and continue to drill down until you find that why, because that's where the mission starts. And that mission is going to motivate you, right? Mission is going to help you to stay the course. If you desire to start a speaking career, when you drill down to that why, I'm speaking because I know that my life is designed to help others operate in the liberty of God, right? Whatever it is, you got to drill down to that why. That why is significant, and it will help you to remain consistent. Lastly, it has to be compelling. It has to be compelling, right? It's like you gotta, what are the possibilities of this vision? What's the end state? What's the end game? What's the outcome of this vision? Like dream a little, right? Go there. Some people call this a mind movie, right? And you can really have this mind movie going on as it relates to whatever your vision is. And you could just sit, oh goodness, Pastor has taught us on this, about meditating. Just meditate on that thing and watch it manifest. So that's it, making sure that your vision is clear, there's no ambiguity, it has clarity, right? It's candid and it's compelling. All right, awesome, awesome. So now I'm quite certain, as a matter of fact, I'm confident that you have your IDP, your internal discipleship plan. Now, here's what I need to tell you. Make no attempt to tackle everything that's on your list. Because I already know, a lot of you are ambitious. You have a huge appetite for success. You're like, I'm gonna do it all tomorrow, right? No, take slices. Take slices. Okay, so what's the first slice that you're gonna go after, right? And you work on that for about 30 days. Okay, bam, I mastered that. Yes. Okay, now the next one, right? And that's how you can see those perpetual graduations in your life, right? So we started earlier by asking, what is your consistency quotient, your CQ? Now, as a result of the information that we just shared, thinking about your vision, the possibilities, and how you are showing up, not how you're going to show up, because going to pushes the outcome further away. We're not going to do, we are, right? We are consistent. So now I want you to type it into the poll, what's your consistency quotient with the information you have, with everything you know that is possible. What is it now? Come on, type it in. Thank you so much. I see it. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being masterful, 5 being masterful. Come on, where are you now? Thank you so much for your responses. This is so good to me. I have truly enjoyed myself with y'all tonight. I promise you. All right, we're going to close it in about 30 seconds. They're still rolling in. They're still rolling in. Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Okay, I'm about to close it. 5, 4, 3. All right. Okay. Oh, I like that, Dolores. A masterful 5. All right, virtual high five. Thank you, Minister Freddie. I appreciate you. Okay, so here it is. We started out with 3%. as it relates to being masterful in consistency. Now we're wrapping this thing up with 44%. Come on, give yourselves a hand. Come on, come on. And guess what? We're going to see the fruit. We're going to see the fruit of our declaration. We're going to see the fruit of our consistency, because it's too expensive. Inconsistency is too expensive. So we will indeed see the fruit. So listen, thank you again for your engagement, everything, you showing up strong this evening. I want to invite you, because I already know that there's some that's on the line tonight that may not be a partner of Spirit of Faith, may not have a pastor. Listen, we invite you to join us on Sunday on YouTube, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and 12 p.m. And we're in person as well. So go to our website to get those details, and stay tuned for our next training on May the 19th, how to win in the workplace. Even if you are a business owner, you're going to want to be there. Thank you all so much. It has been my honor to serve you all today.